let's talk The Walking Dead. You're probably saying to yourself, Sage Valentine, now, you promised that you were going to do all these reviews of The Walking Dead. I waited and waited and waited and waited, and there were no reviews. Just so you know, I've been watching The Walking Dead. I've just kind of been like, in the words of Matchbox 20, let's see how far we go. That's how I've been watching Walking Dead, but pretty much. I'll touch on a few of the issues, but I'm going to go more in depth when I do the individual reviews, because what the hell else do I have to do other than that? And yeah, for the moment, so I'll do that. All right, so let's talk Walking Dead. Okay, we came back with episode numero 9. It's Carol's fault. I know you guys are mad at me because you're all Carol stans, but I'm sorry. That whole vendetta Carol had against Alpha, I get it. I understand it, but she fell right into that trap and had Magna, Connie, Jerry, Aaron, Daryl, and herself trapped in that cave. The whole time I'm watching that episode, I'm just like, Carol, I don't believe you did this. Even when I watched the mid-season finale, I'm just like, Carol, I don't believe you did this. Like, no. A lot of people are saying with that character, Carol, like, she's going to be in season 11. They're talking about stuff she'd do. You guys are all speculating. We don't know what's going to happen, but I know that the writers are preparing us for something. So if she doesn't get killed off in this season, I don't know if she's going to make it through next season. I really don't know. And I like Carol, but whenever the writers start doing this thing where that one character starts having flashbacks, is in danger, start doing things that are out of character, that's when we need to start watching that particular character. As for the cave-in at the end of that episode, man, I was so done. Oh, I forgot Kelly was in there too. I was so upset. I'm just like, Connie and Magna, but particularly Connie. I said, Dad, Connie. Oh, I'm so upset. Then we get to episode number 10. Episode number 10 dealt with poor Daryl having to battle Alpha, and I'm so glad he kicked her behind. She might have tore him up, but he tore her up worse. He was doing his best trying to save Connie, and I'm happy about that. I'm also happy that once again, Lydia was just like, listen, Mom, I got a choice between choosing you and the Whisperers or my new family with Daryl to save, and she saved Daryl. I was so happy. I don't even know why Alpha thought she would have a change of heart anyway. After everything that Alpha did, and then Alpha basically said that she was dead to her. Yeah. Let's jump on to episode number 11. Alpha and the Whisperers are doing too much. And I love their story arc. Not because they kill people, they're just doing too much. And it's like, they've been aware of everything that's been happening for a very long time. I've always felt in watching a TV show that somebody was watching the group and it was somebody that the group didn't see. And when it came down to Negan and the Saviors, I was just like, no, there's got to be a group that's bigger than them. And then when I learned about Alpha and the Whisperers in the comics, which I think that the show is doing a good job adapting that story arc to the show and incorporating it in and changing a few things, but not changing everything. Chef's kiss. Anyway, yeah, Alpha and the Whisperers, as usual, are doing way too much. It was so sad, though, I'll tell you that it was sad, though, that Mary died, but I figured that Mary was going to die anyway, because there's no way that that character could have incorporated herself into our hero's world, because honestly, the things that she had done, and then she killed her sister, so I knew eventually she was going to die. It didn't stop me from laughing. Also, not laughing that she died, but it didn't stop me from laughing. Like, the writers were just like, all right, time for Mary / Gamma to go. I forgot to mention also that part where was that? I was at in episode 10. It must have been episode 10, when Beta, because in the trailer they showed a hand coming through the grave, and I'm just like, okay, there better not be a walker who's dead coming up from the ground or something, that somebody didn't kill it. It wasn't. It was Beta. When Beta went underground and put his hand through that grave, and it's like they had been tunneling, or they knew, like I said, they've been watching the group forever. They knew the tunnels and everything else, and they either removed the body from there or did something to shift something around, but that grave was there, and he just popped up through and he killed all those people. And I'm just looking like, this dude is like Jason and Michael Myers had a baby along with Ghostface and Freddy Krueger. Like, he is just killing it. I feel like Ryan Hurst killed it with this part. And when he came in, he was just killing people left and right, and everybody was running. That battle with Rosita was everything and more. And when little ass kicker, aka Judith, shot at him, I was so happy. I was so happy. Like, Judith, you're an amazing character. Just amazing. She's been the voice of reason, and you can tell that that is Laurie, Shane, Michonne, and Rick's daughter. She has some amazing DNA, and she learned from the best. Maybe not Laurie so much, because she probably can drive, and she was not going to be the type to leave RJ somewhere and ask, where's RJ? Where's RJ? As you can see, RJ is with Judith. But that was really cute. And I like that part when Beta was about to grab Gamma. Well, he had her outside of Alexandria, and all of a sudden the crew pulled up and he ran off. Awesome. But as I said with Gamma, you know, I'm just laughing. Like, the writers were just like, listen, she killed her sister, she got to see her nephew, time for her to go, and they killed her off. And I'm just like, y'all are not playing. So I know in the next 3 episodes it's going to be something, and I'm sad we don't get to see the finale until the end of the year, but I understand, because they had to do like a lot of post-production stuff, and they didn't get a chance to because everything shut down because of Corona. So I am so glad that the writers allowed Negan to kill Alpha. I wanted nobody else to do it. I remember being on Twitter and Tumblr, and everybody's like, you know, Carol needs to be able to do it. I said, no. It won't be the same. It's got to be Negan. So when they showed Negan and Alpha having sex, I was just like, I think that was like in episode, what was it, 9 or 10, something like that. I was just like, you know, when they showed us the cover before it came out, I'm talking about the comics, and they showed like Alpha leaned back and Negan was like looking over her smiling. I'm just like, ooh, they're gonna make out, they're gonna have sex, and they didn't. They just kissed. But for Walking Dead to go so far as to give them like a sex scene, mind you, Negan had just fallen into a whole thing of poop, because apparently the Whisperers obviously don't have any indoor toilets, but there's nobody to put a shovel over their big pile of poop. They're just pooping and calling it a day, and they don't mind pooping in front of people. But he fell into that. And then when has Alpha ever cleaned her lady parts? And when has Negan cleaned his in a while? Because it's been a minute since he left Alexandria. And I know Alexandria has running water, but I'm sure it's been a minute since he's washed his 2,000 parts, so to speak. Lever 2000 commercial. If you don't know about that one, look that one up. But anyway, yeah, they had sex, and I'm just like, okay, how's this gonna go? And then that whole switcheroo when Negan grabbed up Lydia, and then I'm just like, Negan is not gonna give up Lydia to Alpha. How's it gonna go? When the door opened and it was like a shed or something, and then Lydia freed herself and ran at that other place where she was, I was like, damn, Negan. And he went and sliced Alpha's throat, and I said, they let him do it. Thank you, writers. Thank you all so much. You did not change that. Because as much as I like how these things have been adapted, there have been certain changes where I'm just like, why did you have to change that? But I do believe in this season, certain things are going to be fixed. Certain characters who were supposed to die are going to bite the bullet, so to speak. I really believe that. But anyway, guys, I love you all. I think that's about it. Oh, no. Before I go, the Michonne episode, to me, I really liked it. Some people didn't, but I did. It was a nice send-off for her, and it was cool to see her in a completely different scenario, as if she had never helped Andrea. Andrea had died, and she ended up with the Saviors, and she was the orange backpack person, but she survived, and the Saviors got her and everything. And then she had killed basically herself in that scenario, the eeny, meeny, miny, mo scenario. And then in the end, she ended up killing, what was it? Heath and Glenn. And then she ended up dying by the hand of both Daryl and Rick, who did the final gunshot. Virgil got on my nerves, or he got on my nerves in that episode. I will tell you that. Virgil was so annoying in that episode. I was just like, Virgil, why? I feel like Kevin Carroll played that character to a T. He's such a great actor, because Virgil, I'm just like, Virgil, you mean to tell me you pulled her out here? You don't have any ammunition. She's away from the babies. But it all worked out well because she found the cell phone. And it had the lettering on it. And it said something along the lines of, like, I'm assuming it was something to, I don't remember the exact thing. I'm going to have to go look that one up. But it was something positive. And then Michonne came upon, because she helped those other people, because Michonne got locked in that stupid jail thing by Virgil, found out there were 3 other people. She outsmarted Virgil after he had poisoned her and had her tripping. Then, and that's where the whole, like, dream came from and everything else. So she ended up taking, like, this boat or whatever, because Virgil burnt the other boat, again, annoying. So they were able to fix the ship, and she went on. That's how she found the cell phone, with a picture of herself and a picture of an older version of Judith. Long story short, Michonne came upon this black guy and this girl who I recognized, the woman from Mr. Mercedes. And she was also on Glow. She's been on a bunch of different things, that actress. But anyway, they needed help getting back to their people, and I see in the distance 4 huge groups, like in giant squares, that are all gathered together, and they were begging her, like, can you help us, because if we don't go now, we're gonna get left behind. And that's where we left Michonne. So Michonne didn't die. She's okay. She's fine. Here's the thing with one of those big groups. I'm wondering if those groups have anything to do with TWD4 or TWD5. You're probably saying, what the hell's TWD4 and 5? Those are the other 2 adaptations, or the other 2 sequels. Because you know we got Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead initially was supposed to be like a prequel, and then it became like a sequel, and basically was following the same timeline as Walking Dead, and it's pretty much caught up, or they sped up the timeline. Then there was TWD, or there is TWD Worlds Beyond. There's supposed to be a 4th series that's supposed to deal with the Northeast. Then there's supposed to be a 5th series that rumor has it is supposed to deal with the Pacific Northwest or the Midwest. But I think that Worlds Beyond deals with the Midwest, so I think that the 5th one will be the Pacific Northwest. But I feel like Michonne is heading with this group. Somehow, some way, she's going to branch off. And at the end of this series, even after we see the movies that are in development, I know Scott Gimple has not said anything about these movies, because he doesn't really say anything about anything. And I like the element of surprise. Just surprise me, as they've been doing. Anyways, I think that eventually, in the end, she and Rick are going to return, and probably Judith and RJ will be a little bit older. But I think it's all going to come around full circle in the end. I also think this show is probably going to end around like season 13. Because I remember initially they said they wanted 13 seasons. And it seems like they're going on that same path. Might even end in season 12. Because we're already at the Whisper War. So we're heading towards the Commonwealth. But anyway, guys, I love you all. And stay safe during this coronavirus quarantine / stay the F home / staycation type situation. And follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting about all these different television shows, live tweeting and such. And it is what it is. But I figured I'd come back on here and chat with you guys about The Walking Dead. So I'm alive, I'm here, and I'm good. Everything is good on this end. And let me know how you're doing and how you feel about The Walking Dead. Leave me some comments. Love you all. Take care. Peace. Bye, guys. Bye.